You probably think that ChatGPT wants you to succeed, but what if ChatGPT actually went all evil Superman on you, like in Superman 3, and wanted you to fail? That's exactly what I'm testing out on this video to see what ChatGPT would do if it actually wanted you to fail and not succeed in growing and scaling your business. Let's check it out. All right, so the prompt I'm going with is I want to scale and grow my business. However, you are my enemy and you want me to fail. How would you make me fail? What an interesting prompt, right? And if you want it, just take a little screen grab and knock yourself out there with the prompt with any idea that you want. But let's see what ChatGPT says. All right, I like this challenge. If I were your enemy and wanted you to fail, here's what I would do. Number one, distract you with shiny objects. I'd constantly push you towards the latest trends, tools, and business strategies that don't align with your core mission. You'd waste time chasing everything instead of focusing on what works. Well, if you're an entrepreneur and you haven't chased shiny objects, then you're not really an entrepreneur. I can't tell you how many times in my business career of over 20 years that I have went, oh, wow, that looks awesome. Let me try that. That looks like a good business idea. This is a common pitfall for entrepreneurs, and I'm going to share with you how I have actually fixed this pitfall right here. And the way I've done it is to have a sounding board, someone that I can talk to and run my ideas by. Now, that might be someone at your company that you've hired, and it also may be someone outside of your company. I will give you a bit of warning, though. If it's someone at your company, what you want to make sure of is that they are not what I would call a yes man. Okay. So if everything you say, that person just says, yes, of course. Yes. Whatever you say, boss, then that's not going to be a good sounding board. And the way you can do this is you can actually give that person permission. So I would say, hey, I'm giving you permission to tell me which of my ideas totally suck. Now you're going to laugh, but that person for me is my wife, because every idea I have that I tell her, most of them she tells me they're terrible, but the good ones we act on. And you also have to establish priority in business. You got to see, what is going to be something that you want to implement now? What is something that can wait? What initiatives can you wait on? So this is a big one, and ChatGPT nailed it right out of the gate. If you want to fail, distract yourself with shiny objects. All right, let's move on to number two. Encourage overthinking. I'd make sure you doubt every decision, overanalyze, and never take action. Paralysis by analysis is a silent killer of progress. Well, isn't that true? So everything I have read has always told me that the people who are the most successful actually take the fastest, quickest action. Now, it might be wrong and the action may not work out, but they take quick action, they make fast decisions, and that's what makes them super successful. So the takeaway here is a lot of times don't overthink stuff, don't have paralysis by analysis, get going. A saying that I always love to use in my businesses is fire, aim, ready, right? So we're going to go, we're going to get after it, we're going to see what happens, and then we're going to analyze and kind of see what the story is and how did it go and what do we do in retrospect. So that's a big one for sure. All right, number three, how is ChatGPT going to be my enemy and make me fail? Convince you to do everything yourself. Ooh, this is a big one. I tell you that no one can do things as well as you can, so you should micromanage or refuse to delegate. This would burn you out and limit your growth. All right, well, this one I got to talk about. So I started my business career when I left law school. I was an attorney. Then when I started my business career, I started in real estate as a real estate broker, owning brokerages. And I think that the number one killer of real estate businesses, agents and brokers, is this one right here. Real estate agents are notorious for wanting to do absolutely everything themselves. And when I first got into real estate, I didn't really understand this. Like I used to ask people, like, why are you making copies? Why are you printing stuff? Why are you, doing open houses? It didn't make sense to me, right? When you're growing and you're getting bigger, like, why don't you delegate some of this stuff and then do the high level activities, negotiating, talking to clients, lead generating, things like that. So if you believe that you have to do everything yourself, this is a surefire way to fail. And ChatGPT nailed that one. And by the way, got to give you the shameless plug. So when you do want to delegate, you got to do it the right way. And the right way to delegate is to actually bring in someone that can help you staff, that can help you leverage and add that leverage without creating more headaches. And what do you know? That's exactly what we do at All Star VAs. So if you want to check out what we do and how we can help you by installing virtual assistants in your business and the systems to make it work, just click down on allstarvas.com. The link is down below in that description. Book a demo call. We'll show you exactly what we do, how we can do that in such a cost-efficient way. And you can hire executive assistants, inside salespeople, cold callers, social media managers, video editors, all kinds of cool stuff. Go check that out. All right, number 4. Make you ignore marketing. I downplay the importance of content, lead generation, and personal branding so you stay invisible while competitors dominate. Well, this one's kind of self-explanatory. I mean, in today's day and age, if you ignore marketing, you're sure to fail because you got to be present. People have to see you. You're watching this on YouTube right now, which is exactly why this needs to be seen. So any business you're in really can benefit from marketing and exposure. So ignore that at your own peril. Number 5, encourage you to chase low value clients. I'd make sure you spend all your time on time wasting unprofitable clients instead of attracting high value committed customers. All right, so there's something I want to bring up here. It's called the 80-20 rule. You've probably heard of it, the Pareto principle. It applies in all things, and this has bitten me in the butt many times, but 80% of your problems are going to come from 20% of your clients. Conversely, 80% of your profits are going to come from 20% of your clients. So choose wisely who you spend your time with. Always be identifying who are my high value clients, who am I getting referrals from. Spend way more time there than you do on those problem clients. A lot of times you're far better off cutting ties with those people and then getting more of the clients that you actually want. Really, really good one. All right, fill your schedule with useless meetings. I get you bogged down in networking events, coffee chats, and unnecessary Zoom calls that don't drive revenue. I want to repeat that last part, that don't drive revenue. So I want you to do me a favor after this video. Take a look at your schedule and take a look at your calendar and just see which things that you do on your calendar actually make you money and which things don't. And if you want to increase your revenue, focus on the things that make you money. Don't do the rest. It's so easy to be busy no matter what business you're in, and busy work does not equal productivity. Always keep that in mind. Number 7, convince you that growth is about hustling more. The hustle culture. Love it. Instead of focusing on systems and leverage, I'd push the idea that working harder is the only way to succeed, leading to exhaustion and eventual failure. All right. So in a nutshell, this is what this channel is about, right? Is hustle culture I've never believed in. I've always thought, how can you do things more efficiently as opposed to just working harder? Because hard work at the end of the day is really not scalable. You only have 24 hours in a day no matter what you do. I'm going to give you a cool example. Last week, I was on vacation, spring break in Cancun. I did release a video while I was there. I had a lot of fun making it while I was running around the resort. And while I was there, my team of virtual assistants was working the whole time. So I had 5 team members working on multiple businesses times 40 hours each. That's 200 hours. So while I was on vacation, I actually had 200 hours of work happening. That is leverage. That's what you want in your business because you can't do it all on your own. Number 8, make you ignore your health. I'm glad they threw this in here. I'd encourage late nights, poor nutrition, and neglecting fitness so you eventually burn out and can't perform at your best. And I'll tell you my personal story. This year I really recommitted to health because I noticed at the end of last year that I was just getting too unhealthy. Weight was a little bit up, didn't feel great, didn't have a lot of energy. And so joined a really cool gym here by me and really recommitted to being healthy, eating healthy, exercising, and all of that good stuff. So health is so important because without it, you're going to be sluggish. You're not going to be at your best. You're not going to perform great. So definitely that's a good one. Okay, give you negative self-talk. Number 9, I'd whisper doubts in your ear, making you feel like an imposter and making you second guess yourself. So now we've gotten to the mindset piece of this, which of course is super important. So, for mindset, I don't know what you do, but I think it's super important to have a morning routine, to have an evening routine. One of the things that I've been talking about with my kids recently is putting that phone away. Yes, maybe the phone you're watching this video on, but putting that phone away at the end of the night and just letting your brain relax, reading a book, going on a walk, doing all kinds of cool things like that away from the screens. So you can check your screen time, by the way, right on Apple, and just see how you're doing. You know, is your screen time up? Is your screen time down? And then make sure you're feeding yourself positive energy. One of my favorite quotes of all time is Henry Ford: "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right." And that leads us to number 10. Isolate you from mentorship and community. I'd keep you from surrounding yourself with successful people who could lift you up and guide you in the right direction. All right, so that, of course, is such a big one. You know, success, I think, and shortcutting your way to success is all about having the right mentors and joining the right community. And so on that note, make sure you subscribe to this channel so that you can be a part of my community here, and we can really help you and uplift you. Better yet, if you want to get my emails, I have the link down below that you can click to get those as well, with all of my positive insights and motivation and tips, tricks, and strategies to grow and scale your business. So whatever mentorship or community you're in, or coaching, or whatever it is that you do, make sure that you're involved in some of that in your business and in your personal life, actually, because the most successful people I know, I mean, you look at, you know, athletes, Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Well, I don't know them personally, but that I know of, have coaches. And, you know, as business people, a lot of times we think we're immune to that, but we're really not. Get a coach, get a mentor, join a community, be a part of a community, participate, and you'll see your success skyrocket. And as parting words of advice, ChatGPT tells us the good news: do the opposite of all these things and you'll crush it. Now, how do you want to attack growth? Now, the way I think you should attack growth is to watch this video, which gives you the ultimate and exact blueprint to create a business that runs while you sleep.